During the next half hour, we'll take you to a new Catholic Charities Peace Center in Chicago's Austin neighborhood. We'll introduce you to our newly ordained priests, and we'll show you how a community celebrates the retirement of a Catholic school principal. Welcome to the July 2018 edition of Sanctuary. Hello, I'm Father Greg Sakowicz, Rector of Holy Name Cathedral in Chicago. Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese of Chicago recently dedicated the Father Augustus Tolton Peace Center. The building itself is a gift from the Austin Bank of Chicago. That facility is now the focal point of a tremendous outreach effort to help residents of Chicago's Austin community.
There's so many ways we try to bring people together. In the people of the Austin coming together, coalition here, in all the many ways that we try to sit at the table and try to be able to listen and to try to be able to figure out ways that we can reach out and help people and to bring healing to them into their lives, but also maybe help them if they need food or shelter or clothes or other ways that we can help and provide them.
Here at the Peace Center, for short, we offer a gamut of services. The Catholic Charities, I would say the general services, senior services, case management, youth and adult counseling services, and we're really focusing on services that will provide people relief that have experienced traumatic situations. So we have a community-based intervention prevention for youth ages 16 to 24. We go into schools, and those that have been a perpetrator or a victim of gun violence or any type of violence, we have those services. We have services for those that have lost a loved one to suicide, but more importantly to someone who's been incarcerated or just some type of loss to gun violence. And we have those wraparound services where we have the Peace Circle where they can come and be able to galvanize as a group to talk about their situation and hopefully find relief.
May those who come here to this Peace Center find trace the memory of a good and sensitive priest whose name marks this building and who served our archdiocese with distinction.
The statue in the garden, what a profound artifact, or architectural sculpture. I believe that you can look at that and feel the pain, that person that has experienced violence, but then look again and see Jesus and the heartfelt empathy that he has and the want to save you from your pain, want to save you and deliver you from that pain, to let you know that life can go on, you can have peace, remember the good times, and be okay with the loss in the sense of that you're still here and you can make a better world.
This center is a statement that the Catholic Church and Catholic Charities wants to walk with people, wants to accompany them, is here to stay, to make a difference. And so as we dedicate this center today, I want everyone to know not only how grateful I am to Catholic Charities in working with the Austin Bank in making this possible, and all of our donors as well, but to tell the people in the neighborhood, we are here with you. We're here to stay.
Go to CatholicCharities.net to learn more about all the terrific programs offered by Catholic Charities. Now it's my pleasure to introduce you to the 8 men who were recently ordained in the priesthood at Holy Name Cathedral. Our radio TV office live streamed the ordination and talked with the newly ordained priest following the ceremony.
Gratitude, that's what I feel, that's what is in my heart. First of all to God and to everyone that has been involved in my vocation, and I mean for day I'm here, and that's all that is in my heart right now.
Right now my mind is flying because It is a big dream that I wanted to have many years ago. Right now, I remember my mother. My mother died one year ago, and my father 12 years ago. This great motivation, this is great ordination to me is for them.
So it's something that I have been waiting for 14 years since I joined the seminary, and it's amazing to see my family here, a lot of friends, and it's a huge blessing for me. I think that the moment of the prostration is a moment when you are very humble, that you realize that you are nothing and depend completely on God. So I think that's the most touching part.
It fills my heart with so much joy that this is a day that I've been preparing for 8 years. And I thought of the promise I made, the fifth promise, that consecrate my life to God for the salvation of all people. And that's what my life is about, and I wouldn't want it to be about anything else. I remember laying on the floor there on the marble, just asking the Lord to make me a saint and make me a martyr. That I want to be entirely His.
I remember giving out communion and really being moved, seeing so many of people from my home parish, and how they've been so instrumental and formative on for me on my journey towards priesthood. So it was really a moving moment to see how all these people who have really played an instrumental role were here to celebrate today with me, and I felt very grateful. Laying on of hands, just to really allow the Holy Spirit to enter, and just to know so many brother priests are here with us to support us, and to also to welcome us into the presbyterate. It's certainly a very moving experience.
Oh my God. Well, I'm excited. This is a great responsibility, but at the same time, I want to serve people. I want to be with them, to serve, to celebrate the sacraments with them.
Karol Supic is a person who really loves people, and he has been here in Chicago, and he has been creating all this Renew My Church project. He has been close to seminarians, looking for vocations, helping the priests. So he's a great mentor for me, and I really look forward to work with him as my bishop. So I'm very excited to work with media, with children, with the school, with youth, whatever the Lord sends me to work with.
Oh, it was very worth it, and believe me, I've been in the seminary for 9 years, and I was just waiting for that moment to happen, and finally, this moment happened, and to be honest, I am very joyful and happy to be a priest of Jesus Christ.
And just 1 week before that ceremony, Cardinal Supic ordained 19 deacons, the Archdiocese, during Mass at Holy Name Cathedral. Our Vicar for Deacons, Richard Hudzik, explains the vital role deacons play in the Catholic Church.
A deacon is a minister. He is a member of the clergy. He's ordained. His primary mode of life is to serve as an icon of Christ the servant. It's a big call. We do it with humility because so often we fall so far short of that. But when the deacon orients his life to that ideal of being a servant, it's then that which animates what he does. So the deacon has three gifts, three charisms. He serves he serves at the liturgy. He serves through the ministry of the Word, and he serves through the ministry of charity. So he's at the altar, he teaches, and he also looks for the marginalized and serves those who need help in some dimension. There is a commitment of the family. The family participates
in terms of blessing and empowering the father, the husband, to go out and serve the ministry. So they're involved very much. There'll be a deacon at the Mass, there'll be preaching, baptisms, there'll be officiating at wedding ceremonies. Any of the variety of liturgical services that we have in the church, the deacon can have a role in that. There's also, a deacon is largely often going to be seen working in the RCIA programs, in Bible studies, in youth ministry, being with the people and attempting to teach the fullness of the faith. The third area that the deacon is going to be in is the ministry of charity. So the deacon may be involved in soup kitchens, the food pantry, the homeless shelter, 12-step programs. A group of our deacons travel around the country doing repair and rehabilitation following hurricanes and floods and that sort of thing. So they're, all three areas is what ideally a deacon is going to be involved in. I was ordained in 1998, and now 20 years on, each day there's an unfolding of the mystery, the grace that God has given us. So it's immensely gratifying, and I guess you could say it only gets better with the richness of experience.
Congratulations to all our newly ordained deacons, and our thanks to all the deacons who serve at parishes throughout the Archdiocese. Now let's head to the northwest suburbs, the Shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe in Des Plaines. That was the site of inaugural Mass for St. Joseph Chapel. The new chapel is located on the grounds of a former gymnasium and has a seating capacity of 1,100. The Very Reverend Ezekiel Sanchez, rector of the shrine, describes the importance of the chapel to the shrine's faith community.
The community has been here since 1986, and it wasn't established as a shrine until 2013 by Cardinal George. I came in 2016, and from there the community was all very, very anxious to begin to set up and begin to build a worship space that is worthy of the celebration of the Eucharist. Before, people would be in this former gym where they would send up 1,200 chairs, set it up and take it down every Sunday. It was a lot, it was labor intensive. And so the community just really needed a place to stay. Over 7,000 people come visit this place on any given Sunday. And so we are inaugurating, which is different than consecrating, which is we consecrate when all the new altars and all the liturgical pieces are there, all the new ones, so we still have a little bit to go. But the building's ready. The building's ready to be used for worship, and that's what we're doing today. It's dedicated to St. Joseph primarily because the church currently is involved in the new evangelization. And one of the things that we see very clearly is that the human family needs to be a family. And so St. Joseph is the patron saint and defender of families, as well as the patron saint and defender of the universal church. So coming to the Shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe and dedicating this to St. Joseph is almost our way of guaranteeing that whatever we speak about God through Mary, whatever we speak about faith, it's strongly supported through our intercession to St. Joseph and Our Lady of Guadalupe. This is very much a community project, very much the small nickel and dime people, but they've been able to raise $4.6 million because of their commitment to trying to do it. Now there's more things that we have to do, parking lots and other things, but this is just the beginning, and it's a real shot in the arm. It's a real shot in the arm. It's a very beautiful place. They look forward to being here, and we look forward to serving.
It's always good to hear from Father Zeke about the latest developments at the Shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe. Stick around. We have much more to cover, including a heartwarming retirement celebration in the Catholic school community. Back in a moment.
We have great news about Catholic education from two of the best-known Catholics in the Chicago area, Cardinal Supich and Sister Jean.
I'm here with Sister Jean in a Catholic school classroom, and Sister, we have something in common.
Oh, Cardinal, we each have a bobblehead.
Well, actually, Sister, I was going to say that we both benefited from Catholic schools and were taught by the sisters.
Oh, yes, we were, and it was the best education, faith, values, and how to love people of all backgrounds.
Unfortunately, many parents can't afford to send their children to Catholic schools, but now there's hope. A new tax credit scholarship program here in Illinois offers scholarships based on need, so students can attend a school of their choice.
My scouting report helped the Loyola Ramblers this year, and my scouting report on a tax scholarship is that donors will get a 75% state tax credit.
Sister Jean, that's a win-win for donors and for students who get the gift of a Catholic education.
Speaking of a win-win, I think we should both have our own bobbleheads.
Now, Sister, that's what I call a slam dunk.
To find out how to donate and get your tax credit, go to archchicago.org and click on Tax Credit Scholarships. Thank you for supporting Catholic education.
Excellent outreach to all Chicago area Catholics of the radio programs that are produced by our radio and TV office and the various ministries of the Archdiocese. I have the pleasure of hosting many of those programs. As of this new year, Catholic Chicago Radio can be heard Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on WNDZ 750 a.m. So please take a listen for all the latest news, events, and Catholic conversation to start your day. Listen to Catholic Chicago Radio, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., Monday through Friday on 750 a.m.
The cemetery ministry is a core ministry of our Catholic faith tied to the corporal works of mercy. It's comforting to know that our Catholic cemeteries are caring for the remains of our loved ones awaiting the resurrection. There are 44 Archdiocese of Chicago Catholic cemeteries willing to help you in your time of loss. Call 708-449-6100 or visit CatholicCemeteriesChicago.org. Catholic Cemeteries, serving the Catholic community since 1837.
Welcome back to Sanctuary, where we bring you the latest happenings in our local Catholic Church, including these stories from Al Castillo in his trip around the Archdiocese.
18 teachers, administrators, and staff members from Archdiocese of Chicago Catholic Schools receive Heart of the School Awards. They are selected based on outstanding contributions to the schools and the students they serve. Cardinal Blaise Cupich joins Loyola medicine doctors, nurses, and chaplains at a news conference to support sensible gun laws.
Here at Loyola, our emergency department treated 283 gunshot victims in fiscal year 17. Nearly double the number from 2015. Gun violence is a public health epidemic in America.
Father Tony Pizzo, pastor at St. Rita of Cascia Parish, dedicates a new shrine to Our Lady of Guadalupe on 62nd Street and Fairfield Avenue in Chicago. Father Pizzo says parishioners hope the shrine is a beacon of light in a community that has experienced gang violence. Cardinal Cupich is on hand to discuss Pope Francis following a screening of the film Pope Francis, A Man of His Word.
Well, I think that his leadership style is, as he said here, that he wants priests. He said, don't talk so much, listen more. You know, really, he's mentioned that whenever I go in to see him, he wants to listen to what I have to say. And he does that with people as well. He does listen, but he listens not just individual, but to the cry of people whose voices are not heard, whose voices are marginalized. I think he has a real sensitivity to that, where he wants to make sure that the world hears the voices of people who are otherwise ignored.
You can see the entire conversation about the Pope on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CatholicChicago.
Thanks, Al. Now let's check out a video that involves the annual Catholic Appeal, how the donations are used, and a heartfelt thanks from the people and ministries that benefit from your kindness. Let's take a look.
My brothers and sisters in Christ, greetings from St. James Chapel here at the Quigley Center. I want to take a moment to personally thank you for supporting the annual Catholic Appeal. Your gift helps our parishes, our schools, our religious education programs, and the many ministries of the Archdiocese that protect life and promote peace and justice. Thousands of people benefit from your support of the annual Catholic Appeal. A few of them would like to express their gratitude directly.
Thank you so much for your contributions to the annual Catholic Appeal.
We depend upon your generosity with over 76,000 students in 214 Catholic schools. We deliver an excellent education rooted in the faith.
About a year ago, I graduated from Mundelein Seminary and was able to be formed as a priest there because of your generous contributions. Thank you for supporting vocations to the Archdiocese through the annual Catholic Appeal.
We've been able to really grow our holiday food pantry that we do. The people were very welcoming. They were really thankful that we were able to do this. In one of our years, we even gained 2 parishioners from our outreach. And so we're thankful, so thankful to be able to do this as one of our outreach services in this community and in this neighborhood.
Renew My Church is opening new doors of collaboration among parishes, calling people to faith, especially a new generation of young people. We are redoubling our efforts to be a field hospital that brings the healing and hope of Christ to people on the margins of society. This is only possible thanks to your support of the annual Catholic Appeal.
Every day in my ministry here in the Archdiocese of Chicago, I see the difference annual Catholic Appeal makes to the life of thousands of people across this Archdiocese. Your support enables us to provide formation, evangelization, and outreach ministries to thousands of people across Lake and Cook County. Thank you for your support.
We bring Jesus and the Word of God to thousands each year throughout the Archdiocese. This is made possible through our catechetical classes. We touch the hearts and lives of children and adults in every parish, archdiocesan-wide. We thank you and ask the Lord to continue to abundantly grace you.
The appeal not only supports those in the Archdiocese of Chicago, it also helps people in need around the entire world. Through Catholic Relief Services, your gift brings hope to individuals whose lives have been devastated by natural disasters, illness, wars, and famine.
Catholic Relief Services is one of the greatest relief and development agencies of the Catholic community that is doing this so well around the world, reaching out to 121 million people in 112 countries around the world, bringing hope, love, and compassion on your behalf. I am a recipient myself, but on behalf of myself and all these people, I want to say thank you for your support. You're really making a difference in the world and in the lives of individuals, families, and communities.
Please know that your generosity makes a significant difference in the lives of so many. Thank you for partnering with me in doing the work of God through the annual Catholic Appeal. I am personally grateful for your generosity, and I pledge that I will keep you, your family, and loved ones in my prayers.
To see that video again and to find out more about the annual Catholic Appeal, go to archchicago.org and click on Annual Catholic Appeal. Finally, a sister who has led one of our Catholic schools for several years retires, and the community pours out its heart, love, and thanks. Brian Brock has the story.
Summer is upon us, and students all over the Archdiocese are celebrating their last day of school. Here on the Southwest Side, they're celebrating for another reason, though. Longtime principal of St. John Fisher School, Sister Jean McGrath, is retiring. Students, staff, parents, and even neighbors surrounded the school as Sister Jean is taken for a celebratory parade lap.
A tremendous outpouring of love that Sister Jean will remember for the rest of her life. A wonderful tribute. How lucky our school has been to have this fine, wonderful person lead our school for 31 years.
It was a great event today. You know, I never thought it'd be this crowded, getting all those kids here early in the morning. That was really unique to see. She means the world to a lot of people. You know, she's been a mother for people that needed a mother. She's been an aunt. She's been a friend. She's been a leader, a principal. So people that know her, people that are from the community, they really look to her for all answers and how to get through a lot of things. So she's been just a real strength and a real cornerstone of this neighborhood and of this school, obviously, forever.
30 years is a long time to be in one place. What kept Sister Jean going for all those years?
The spirit of this community, the trust that people put in you. They're sending their most precious thing to not only to be educated, but nurtured. And so I think the knowledge that together with parents we can make a difference in these children's lives. We can provide a faith development and a sense of prayer and reliance on God's grace. How many other ministries impact that many people on a daily basis? So I believe so strongly in Catholic education. This has been the most bittersweet experience of my life. Absolutely. I've been a religious sister for numbers of years and have loved being here. But just to watch the faces of those children is an amazing thing. Amazing. I feel so richly blessed that I, in some way, have been a part of their lives and they're part of mine.
The St. John Fisher family gathered together for their end of the school year Mass, with their guest of honor seated with her family in the front row.
We say God is good, we say
all the time.
I say all the time.
God is good.
How about we say Sister Jean is good?
All the time.
All the time.
Sister Jean is good.
So now that she's retiring, what's next for Sister Jean?
I would like to continue doing work in my religious community with the Sisters of St. Joseph. I would like to do some volunteer work. I'd like to continue to be a part of the community here in some way, whether it's tutoring or, you just can't cut everything off at once. So I will stay involved somehow. I don't knit, I don't crochet, I don't play bridge, so I better find something to do when I grow up.
Students from several grades took one last opportunity to show Sister Jean just how much she means to them. At the end of Mass, Sister Jean addressed her students one last time.
Please remember to be good, to stay good, to remember to pray, just like we've prayed so often, to remember to be kind, because that's the best gift we can give our world. And because you've done all of that for me, I am forever grateful. How lucky can one gal get? Blessings.
I'm Brian Brock, reporting from St. John Fisher School in Beverly.
Congratulations to Sister Jean. We close with a reminder that you can see all the videos from today's program and hundreds of other Catholic videos on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Catholic Chicago. Thanks for watching Sanctuary. I'm Father Greg Sakowicz. May the Lord bless you and hold you in the palm of His hand.